Hello everybody, it's Stefan here from the little boat, just driving to go and pick up Will and Vera. And as you can imagine, I'm going to focus on the road and concentrate on that, but I'm going to answer one of those questions again. And what's the question I'm going to pose this week? Well, I think the question I'm going to pose this week is, how long does it take to become a great barista? And in my experience, around 100 hours worth of practicing and making coffees with the milk. And why do I say that? Well, the first thing that you need to be able to do is firstly know that you're getting a good extraction, and to understand that the quality of the espresso and the amount of crema you're getting on the top of the coffee is right, that the coffee runs for the right amount of time, that the consistency and output is correct, and that we're in a position that we're getting the right weightage in the cup. But it all begins for me with knowing how much goes in and how much comes out, and knowing how that works. And that takes time to learn, because broadly, if you haven't been in a position to know how to extract the best espresso possible via the tamp, via the choice of the right button, so to speak, and then knowing what you're looking for, then actually the coffee's going to taste really poor. So that's going to take some time. What you're then going to need to do is to be able to know the different drinks recipes. You need to understand the cup sizes, the ratios of coffee to milk, and then you need to be in a position to be able to know how to make the milk that supports it. And again, that takes time. Once you've understood what a great espresso extraction is, once you've understood your coffee recipes and you know that there are different milks that go into making those, or different textures, thicknesses, feels of the milk, what you then need to be in a position to do is to practice those different milks. So you need to know where to position the wand, you need to know how to hold the jug, you need to know what you're looking to get happening in the jug itself, and believe it or not, the noises that the milk and the jug are making when you steam them, when you know the milk's perfect. So how do we get really smooth milk, microfine, beautiful for our flat whites? How do we get a level of foam that enables us, steamed milk, that enables us to do great latte art on top of our lattes and our flat whites? And then thirdly, how do we get into a space to do really great steamed foam milk that creates a beautiful bed for dry cappuccinos and latte macchiatos, for example? And each of those take a slightly different approach, from sheeny, smooth, microfoam milk all the way to foamed milk. And they also take a slightly different approach, whether that is cow's milk, blue, green or red, whether that is an alternative milk such as oat, almond and coconut, or soy. And so it's learning to be able to steam milk using each of those different milks, using a different technique for each type, and then being in a position to be able to go, now I can steam the milk, how do I pour? So when I'm going to pour, it's about jug height when I start to pour. When I pour, it's then about what do I do if I've got the correct height. For the drink I'm making, does it need to be slightly higher at a distance so the milk drops through to the bottom? Or do I need the jug as close to the milk as possible so I can be able to do latte art early on? I've got jug height. What I've then got is technique of how I pour with the jug. Then what I've got is what do I do with the milk? And then the final piece I've got is how do I put hearts on? How do I put stacks on? And how do I put ferns and leaves on? So there's lots that goes into it. And in my experience, as I say, around 100 hours worth of practice is going to get you in a position where you are doing great coffee with great latte art and knowing how to do it religiously and consistently. You can be further forward than that in reality, and you'll already be making great coffee that you could be handing over to your friends, to your colleagues and to your customers. But for me, that's how long it takes to truly be in a place that when you're then faced with 20 drinks of different types, you know how to make them, and now all you need to think about is where to start, and what order to do them in, and how to combine your drink making so you can deliver coffee at a perfect temperature, all at the same time, made to a consistent recipe and a consistent look. So if you'd like to get your footing on the door or get yourself in advance of making those 100 hours, get in touch at www.thelittleboatiow.co.uk and contact me about our barista courses, level 1, level 2, or our barista experience today. Ta-ta for now. Onwards and upwards.